Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to give you a little tutorial on Google My Maps. You guys had to do that map for me, and I think there may have been a little bit of confusion. Of course, that's my fault because I was away and I really didn't spend that much time with you on this, and I really wanted to do it in class, but yeah, yada yada yada. No more excuses. So let's look at the assignment that you had to do for the Byzantine Empire. So here's the original assignment. So you could click this link to get to My Maps, or you can look up My Maps on Google and Google My Maps, and it'll bring you here. So you want to create a new map, and so the first thing we want to do is give our map a title. Okay, well, so let's click on the title. Let's call it the Byzantine Empire. Right, Byzantine Empire. Save. So make sure that the name appears here. So let's look at the assignment. As you can see, you have 5 different layers that you need to create. So whenever you want to create a layer, just go over here, add layer. Okay, so we do have an untitled layer for already there. So layer 1 looks like many bodies of water. The Aegean Sea, the Mediterranean, the Adriatic, Black Sea of Marmara, Golden Horn, Bosporus, the Red Sea. So let's just call it water. Okay, really, let's not get complicated here. So water is and save. Okay, so now you see the title here, water. So let's plot our first point. First point is the Aegean Sea. So let's go over to the search bar here and type in Aegean Sea. Okay, so let's look at our choices. Nashua, New Hampshire, Aegean Seafood. I don't think so. Aegean Sea Drive, Aegean Sea Spa. No, the first one here looks like probably the best one here, Aegean Sea. Now, you could have done this a couple of different ways. The easiest way to do this is just to go over there and plot the point. So now you've got point one. You've got point one here. Let's give it a title, GNC. Okay. So now that's going to appear under your layer of water right here. So now we need to get an image. Notice the direction here. Create different layers for the map. Add a picture and brief information. Okay. So let's get a picture. All right. So on the Chromebooks, you're probably going to be able to find an image and it will save to Google Drive for you. So you probably would want to click on this. But I think the easiest way is to go to where it says more and Google image search. Let's look for Aegean Sea. Okay, search. And there you go. You got a bunch of different images here. So you got a map here. Let's get this one here that kind of looks like a map. And yeah, we got an image there. We got our image there for the Aegean Sea. So part 2 is you have to find some brief information. So guys, of course, you also want to save. Make sure you save. So brief information. So guys, you're probably not going to find all the information in one spot, which means you're going to have to look around a little bit. But I think this is a pretty easy one. Let's type in Aegean Sea. It's already there because we've looked on it a number of times. So you can go to Wikipedia. Okay, Wikipedia, it's not a bad choice. You got some information here that you may, you don't want to copy and paste. You can just put it right in here. Let's go to where it says New World Encyclopedia. Okay. Uh, the Aegean Sea is an elongated embayment. All right. That right off the bat should tell you that's probably not something you want to include for your description. Let's look at second paragraph. The Aegean is located between the southern Balkan and Anatolian peninsulas, between the mainlands of Greece and Turkey, respectively. Sounds good so far. In the north, it is connected to the Marmara Sea, so that's one of our choices, Sea of Marmara, and the Black Sea by the Dardanelles and the Bosporus. Okay, so this sounds pretty good. It's 380 miles long, 186 miles wide, and has a total area of 83,000 square miles. That sounds like a sufficient amount of information. So we could probably just copy and paste this if we, you could put this in your own words, and I'm sure some people will insist that you do that, put it in your own words. But for us at this time, let's copy it. Let's go to the little pencil there. Let's add it. Save. Bam. number one is done for you. So you got Aegean Sea. And you would do this with all the other ones. Start typing in Mediterranean. Mediterranean Sea. All right. So now you could plot it if you want, which is an easy way to do it, or you could just say add to my map, and it adds right to the map, and it's right there. And you can go through the same procedure that you just did. Now, I mean, a little bit of insurance here is just make sure you're in the right place. Go to view in Google My Maps, and sure enough, you are in the right place. You are in the Mediterranean. All right. So let's click X out of that. Let's find an image. Excuse me. Mediterranean Sea. I think I spelled it wrong, but it'll find it anyway. Uh, so, again, if you want to get an image, maybe spice it up a little bit, let's add an image there. The Mediterranean. Let's get some information. Save. Let's get some information like we've been getting. Uh, go back to your, maybe let's stay on this site if you like. Mediterranean. Hey, Mediterranean Sea. The information is a little bit longer here, but you know, this is pretty sufficient. The Mediterranean Sea, a sea of the Atlantic Ocean, lies between the continents of Eurasia and Africa, enclosed almost completely by land. It is bounded on the north by Europe, on the south by Africa, and on the east by Asia, and it joins with the Atlantic Ocean through the Strait of Gibraltar, only 8 miles wide and 1,050 feet deep. The surface area of the Mediterranean is approximately 965,000 square miles. You know what? That is sufficient information. So let's make sure we can get it all in there. Copy. Let's go back. Our map. Paste. Bam. Now we got two things plotted. So that's, guys, that's how you want to continue doing this. Layer 2, you could probably call it landforms. Layer 3, certainly cities. Layer 4, countries. Layer 5, okay. Layer 5, the Byzantine Empire at its largest. Sometimes I probably could have made this a little easier for you. I could have probably said something like the Byzantine Empire in the year 550, but I didn't. So, okay, so let's add another layer. Add a layer and give it a title. Byzantine Empire. Okay, save. And so the the now this is going to be a little bit more challenging because namely you have to draw out or plot it with the lines. And I know some people were a little nervous about doing that, but anyway, so you want to click on here where it says line in and add line or shape. Now, it's not as bad as you think, guys. The plot point, I mean, you press on the dot, you're going to create a dot, take your finger off, drag the line, click it, take your finger off, 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 click, and so on. Take your finger off. So say for the sake of argument, this is the Byzantine Empire that you found, okay? Byzantine Empire. Byzantine Empire. Okay, save. So now, okay, let's get an image. I get an image, so we're gonna have to do a little research. So let's go back to Google and Byzantine Empire Notice where it says at its largest. Let's try that. So you got a bunch of images here. So, this one here looks like the one you'd want because it's 555. And if you recall, uh, this is under Justinian. And Justinian certainly was the most famous emperor. And one of his goals was to try to reunite both empires and create one large Roman Empire. It was not successful, but in the process, he did reacquire quite a bit of land. So, I mean, let's look at some landforms here. This is Italy, of course. You see the peninsula, the boot. So we know that this is the Mediterranean. Here's Constantinople. So this has got to be Africa right here. All right, so this looks like a good image. So let's right click on it and copy image address. Okay, so let's go back where it says image, and notice it says image URL. Let's paste that in there. Paste, select, and there you have it. So now you want some information here. So again, let's go back to the Byzantine Empire at its largest. Let's see, we'll go back to where it says all, and let's see if you can find some information. Stay away from these Quora answers, but I mean, it may put you in the right direction. Let's see, history of the Byzantine Empire, Wikipedia. Let's see if there's anything in here. So we know it's under Justinian, and there's that map right there. So 555. So Justinian assumed the throne in 527, or so a period of Byzantine expansion into the former Roman territories. So, you know, you might want to read this and paraphrase it, but for our purposes today, let's just copy it and paste it in there. Save, put it in there. Bam, you got it. All right. Finally, the last thing I wanted to show you is notice how you have all these dots here. You can drag these dots. You can really shape this. Uh, put it up here like this. Create the peak there. So you can make this like the boundaries. You can make the boundaries look pretty good if you want. And so basically, that's all there is to it, guys. So hopefully that this answers some of your questions, and that next time we'll have a flawless map.